There are a lot of black men in the friend zone. There are a lot of black men that women are not attracted to.
Fraudulent prescription.
Fraudulent possession of
Prescription, yeah.
And how many counts?
That was 13 counts.
Somehow at any moment and point in their lives go out and get a 21-year-old to marry and settle down with.
At your disposal. Catting you. Could you imagine that?
Group of girls rushes to sell themselves, hoping to find a buyer quickly. This situation takes place in a
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
If BMs were collectively good men, then by default, black women would be choosing better men.
Most women are focused on a small group. There are a lot of black men who are being ignored. There are a lot of black men in the friend zone. There are a lot of black men that women are not attracted to. You have to really think about how many men you see on a daily basis in your apartment complex, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the gym, when you go to a big social event. You probably can pick out a lot, but how many of those men are you focused on? You're focused on the
6'3" guy that's in shape, you know, who has his outfit and his fit together.
That's the only man you see right now out of the crowd of maybe 100 black men. That's who you focus on.
He's cooking on garbage.
That's who you choose. You seem to count out all the other men that are in your reach. You don't see those men. It's just unfortunate. A lot of men out here are not even getting the opportunity to go on a date.
Yes, they're not. And actually, right now, I don't expect women to care. I know it seems kind of harsh. I don't expect them to care because so many things men are going through, they will never, ever, ever care. And why would they? They're taught, especially black women, they're taught to see the guy that stands out to them, the guy that has the smoothest words, the guy that tells them fables, the guy that paints the better picture. Like a lot of times women say, if you broke, don't tell me you're broke. Right? Why is that? And that's what leads to where it is now, to where guys are saying, we're done, we're gonna go our own way. And take a look. Here's an example of that here.
When you see me, I'm white.
It says, me riding around with my drug dealer boyfriend in the hood, not understanding anything, but being pretty in the passenger. Take a look at this.
Kodak Black.
My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
And how come?
Kodak Black, but I'm your white wife.
Look at that. That's what happens. That's what they do. Me riding around with my drug dealer, not even understanding, don't care, because that's the it guy. And actually, a lot of times, that's the guy that every woman has. They want to share him. Sad, isn't it?
Like me are the reason that women like me are single, and the reason that he said that was because we went on a date a few weeks ago and we had a great time. We both really enjoyed ourselves. So the next day we texting or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, I had such a good time, would you be interested in going out again? I got another event coming up, blah 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 blah. He tells me like, okay, you know, well, I'm not really looking for anything serious right now. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. I totally respect your boundaries. I am looking for something serious, so I'm gonna go ahead and move around, let you have your space to play. So here it is, 3 weeks later, he calling me asking why he haven't heard from me. Why would you hear from me? Like, are you crazy? And then he talking about, yeah, y'all not willing to put in the extra work for the men that y'all want. Who said I want you? Like, we never made it to the second date to really even determine if that was a fluke or an actual connection, which is why I was trying to go, you know what, it don't matter. I'm not interested, which is what I told you 3 weeks ago. So, bye. Don't call me.
Now, a little rough on the delivery, but she was the opposite of the one I was just talking about, right? And she was standing on business. Was it the right way? Was the attitude right? No. Masculine as hell. But still, I guess she has good intentions, right? I know a lot of guys wouldn't agree with the attitude. I know you guys are looking like, but Jay, no, I don't want that. I get it. But she's not wrong. I can't argue. I could argue with her attitude, but I can't argue with a decision. She didn't want to deal. Why would she want to deal with a guy playing? He was playing, literally. He wanted to play, be the nonchalant guy. He went out of a playbook, right? He went from a player's playbook, which a lot of men need nowadays, and it didn't work. Let it go, keep moving on. I don't know why he called it back.
All right, T, who's the best lawyer?
Jay Oma.
And why am I the best lawyer?
He got my case dismissed.
What were you charged with?
Possession of controlled substance.
Was it?
155 grams of codeine with promethazine.
And what was the other
That's
charge?
a lot.
The other charge was fraudulent prescription.
Fraudulent possession of
Prescription, yeah.
And how many counts?
That was 13 counts.
All right. And how much prison time are you looking on?
Over 100 years.
And how much prison time are you looking on the promethazine codeine?
20 years.
And how much prison time are you looking at the scripts?
20 years for each prescription.
And there's how many?
That's
13?
13, so that's over.
So 13 times 20. Bro is facing 260 years in prison. What?
Over 100 years in prison.
All right. And are you happy with the results?
Happy, man. If y'all need anything, go to Jay Oma. He's gonna get you right. He's gonna beat your case, dismiss. I didn't even have to worry about nothing.
So wait, he just beat 260 years of potential prison time. Man, this one I don't think is as bad as some of the other ones we've reacted to from this series, but this man is a really good lawyer despite the cases he's taken on.
Man, that's crazy. The guy got off 260 years. I seen another video though where the guy, the lawyer's a little bit crazy, but hey, he's worth the money. He's getting people off. Maybe a lot of people could have used him back in the 80s, right? He was a baby though. A lot of people could use him then, or even in the 90s, when drugs was going wild.
The silent majority of middle-aged men who won't admit that they're...
The sad part of watching that video of older men talk about how they're lonely, how they wish they were married and had friendship, is that number is going to increase. See, men are currently being lied to and told that they don't have a wall and that they'll never be lonely and that they can somehow at any moment and point in their lives go out and get a 21-year-old to marry and settle down with.
Oh, absolutely.
And now more men are seeing that is not true. That's a lot of people's future. No shade. But anyway, I remember this study. I think this study is still on YouTube, where a man and a woman, they were married. They were like in their late 40s, early 50s, right? They went on a dating app. The husband was like, I want to see other people. I want to explore my options. Like, let's just do that, right?
Look what it says here. Let me pause real quick.
So,
beautiful young women will want to be housewives. I can't believe men fell for that lie. Excuse my face. I'm just getting back from my facial and spa treatment. All right, let me finish talking.
So they go on the dating app. They both sign up for the same dating app. And then within days, the wife had over 100 matches and like dates set up. And the 50-year-old man had nothing. He had nothing, like not a match, not nothing. And this is what is going to be happening more in the future.
That's a who's that.
Because men are really being sold this con, and other men who are lying to them are running to the bank that they are somehow going to bag all of these young, beautiful girls at the cost of nothing. It's sad.
It is sad, right? It's very sad because guys weren't told the lie, actually, right? What happened was guys never been lied to in their life. Guys were called creeps. Guys were called everything under the sun. And it's sad because then the guy gets older and this is what's happening, right? Guys are seeing these 3 or 4s running around. They don't want to be bothered with them. So they hand at a younger. And then what's happening is these women are having babies, getting married. They're all choosing the same men to have their babies, right? This is what's happening to guys. Guys are single and childless and being blamed for that. Women don't want to be with them for that. And then the women that want to get with them want to have 5 kids and them have no kids and want them to deal with that. You deal with the situation right now. That's what's sad. That's what guys have to look forward to. So you see how she was talking and how it was so sad for guys in the West. But this is one thing a guy can do. And it's been sampled plenty of times. Say if you're searching on Tinder, you're a 50-year-old man, you could have it set on US, right? Your local town. Now, get your stuff together. Get your money together. Save up money, especially you men that are close to the age of retiring. You men that are saving your ducats. Get closer to retirement. Set that setting for Tinder to the Philippines. And then that's where you'll find much younger women who are looking for guys that are around your age, around 50, 45, 50, maybe even sometimes going on 60. Not much older, but that's around the age, right? They're looking for men that have themselves together. And then you go, wow, I have this at my disposal. See, women like this, right? At your disposal. Chatting you. Could you imagine that? Women like these reaching out to you, contacting you. 50 different women. Now, you do have to get past the women that are maybe trying to scam. That does happen in the Philippines, right? And everywhere, actually, not just here. Happens on dating apps everywhere. Could be Brazil, but still, you see that in the Philippines. You'll find that in Brazil. You'll find it Thailand, anywhere outside of the West. And why is it like that? The reason why it's like that is because they want a guy, not even just for the money, right? They want a guy that is stable, not a rich man, but here you're rich to these women. You're 50,000, even at 40,000, you're still rich to these women. And pretty much anywhere outside of the West. Am I saying it for guys to not increase themselves? No, I'm not saying that at all. I think it's great when guys increase themselves, but you turn from sad to happy immediately. But guys, take a look at this, because I seen this here and I said, man, I gotta find where this place is at in the Philippines.
A girl wants to get married, and the only way is through a selling process. The price for a girl is only $1,000 or $2,000.
Huh? This is the Philippines. And they're having a party too. A wedding ceremony.
When an outsider, especially a man from another place, arrives, a large group of girls rushes to sell themselves, hoping to find a buyer quickly. This situation takes place in a slum in the Philippines, where each family has 5 or 6 children, and the gender ratio is severely imbalanced, with girls constituting 80. Due to the poor living conditions, they reside in small wooden houses on the water, accessible only via a single wooden bridge surrounded by sewage and garbage. The stench is overwhelming, making it difficult to imagine how they manage to live there. Despite these challenging circumstances, they enthusiastically welcome outsiders as it implies potential business. Mothers even compete to promote their unmarried daughters to the visiting men. The girls are sold for a price ranging from a few thousand to tens of thousands of Philippine pesos, which is approximately 400 to 500 $60 for the cheaper ones and $500 for the more attractive ones. The principle here is simple. Whoever pays gets the girl. The negotiation for the price is not too high, considering there are cheaper options available. Bargaining is also possible, given the surplus of available girls. If a good deal is struck, they might even offer a buy one get one free deal. Although this means one girl doesn't bring in money, the prospect of having a good life elsewhere is satisfying. If the girls stay at home, it becomes a burden for the family, and they may face mockery from others due to their challenging living conditions. After some bargaining, a deal is settled at 18,000 pesos, and the money is immediately handed over to the girl's mother. This amount is considered significant for them. The mother-in-law praises the groom, expressing confidence that the daughter will have a good life. Other girls can only watch with envy. Once the money is given, a simple wedding ceremony is held, and the girl, dressed in a beautiful wedding gown, happily leaves for her new life. Those with better conditions may offer some additional treats for the family. If you're generous, you might choose to spend a bit more here than on a conventional wedding. After all the rituals are completed, the girl can be taken home. As she leaves, relatives come to bid her farewell, creating a lively atmosphere. Everyone loudly wishes them well. This form of marriage based on a selling process has become a local custom, and the community doesn't consider it shameful. As a man or woman, do you like the idea of getting married in this manner?
I don't know. That's a little off. But I get it, right? This is one of those Filipino slums. I'm shocked I found this video. But this is happening, right? There's some very extremely poor areas in the Philippines. Let me tell you guys about one thing I don't like. In these areas, a lot of times you find people offering those illegal services that are off, and guys can have their way with, yeah, I didn't want to talk about it. But this happens in the Philippines, and it's one of those dark sides of the Philippines, and if you think about taking part, say if the situation happens like that and it's a minor, you will get in serious trouble. You will, because a lot of these situations in the Philippines are being monitored by the U.S. government because they know a big part of who's taking place in this, maybe guys from U.S. So tread very carefully out there. Now, you can find, now if you're in a situation like that and the woman is of age, right? Then it's like, okay, you know what? I don't look down on that. But this right here is one of those risque things. I would say you're cutting it kind of close because you have no idea, right? I just wouldn't take that risk. But yeah, man, that was crazy. And this is things that are happening. And a guy, I show this. Only reason I'm showing this is because a guy doesn't have to be unhappy in the West. A guy at his age knows he can go anywhere outside of the West and not just the Philippines and find a woman that will be for him. And most guys are leaving for this reason because they realize
this is the way.
Passport, bro. Passport. No. It's definitely more to life than dealing with that nonsense back home. Passport, bro. Passport. No.
Who's coming?